you're talking about you seeing some of the greats get some biggest forwards, biggest boosts. We're talking about some of the dinosaurs like Squingy, Mataran,
Mhm.
Firelings, Ricky Trooper, Pink Panther. Out of that, that's the five dinosaurs there. Who else would you say is supposed to be inducted into that Hall of Fame? They either missed them or they came up now and said, this person should be in that hall there.
Well, funny thing is, Mataran was the first person I heard mention that whole dinosaur situation.
Mm-hmm.
Mentioning that generation of him, Panther, Squingy, Trooper, and Lynx.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the Hall of Fame is concerned, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go back before even that generation. You got to go. And I don't even want to talk about the Jascrew and the Inspector Willie and the Ilawi and and the Donny Dread. I don't even want to talk about that era.
Mm-hmm.
You got to talk about the Captain Midnight and, you know what I'm saying, to you, the Rory and the Johnny and, you know what I'm saying, to you, them selector, there's the, you know what I'm saying, Mark Dragon, Glamour Wee and, that era. You know what I'm saying to you, you have your Jagger B, your Claude, you have, there's, you can go before the generation that Mataran was mentioning when you're talking Hall of Fame. You have Nuts from Super D, you have Ian from Roadstar, you have it's too many to name. It's just, even Froggy, you know what I'm saying? But General, you know what I'm saying? Pieces, like, there's just so many to mention. So, yeah, when you're talking Hall of Fame, it's a very big club.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big club. It's bigger than just the five dinosaurs. Now, when you talk about the transitioning into the World Clash era where Sound Clash became more of a spectacle as opposed to just an audio experience, big stage, bright lights, it was a clash of just as much your eyes as your ears. When you talk about that and you talk about the five superstars of that era, Mataran, Squingy, Panther, Trooper, and Lynx, and then you add in the Mighty Crowns and the Rodigans and, things of that nature. But yeah, it is what it is. But the Hall of Fame is a very big club. It's not just them five, in my opinion.
So why do you think it's only generally those five gets mentioned opposed to the slew of selectors that came before them and did crazy, if not crazier things?
Think about the age of the average Clash fan now. The majority of them are in our age bracket, maybe a few years older, maybe a few years younger. So that era becomes, like I said, the highlight of it. Then you add the advent of video and cassette, you know what I'm saying to you? And then you add YouTube and social media and things of that nature, footage that's easier to find and, them kind of something. So when you put all of that together in a pot now, it makes sense that these guys would have, more visibility than even to say the era before. You know what I mean? There are people that have just recently gotten into Clash that have never heard of Bodyguard audio. You know what I'm saying? They've never heard of Super D audio. They've never even heard of 4x4 Exodus audio. You know what I'm saying to you? Or a Jamrock or, so to speak. So with that being said, it becomes a situation where naturally, and we tend to be prisoners of the moment at times, but with the spectacle of Clash, and the marketing that came behind the World Clash era. Because, in my opinion, you have the live artists. Well, before that, you have the dub era, like the Tubbies and the Channel One, and you have that era, live artist era, dub plate era, as sometimes we call it the Biltmore era, but dub plate as far as, and then you have, in my opinion, the World Clash era after that. And this era, you can call it the post-World Clash era, so to speak. You know what I mean? So, yeah, in the World Clash era is the bright lights, big stage, superstars. And those five, they were the stars that kind of ushered in that World Clash era, in essence. That's those five, plus Mighty Crown. And then I just saw it go.
The fact that you could articulate it that way, where now it makes sense, because everybody's been having this argument. Oh no, there's more than 5. There's actually this person, that person. But once you break it down the way how you broke it down and put it in a nice, neat box with a bow on it, it becomes totally understandable why we talk about these 5 dinosaurs right here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. They were easily the most visible in a time when Clash was the most visible.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So you take that, them being the most visible, and then Clash itself being the most visible. It just makes sense.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.